Cowboy fans have a new hero in Lincoln Coleman.
Thanksgiving Day in 1993, I got my opportunity to get on the field for the first time. I went home after that game. It was the first time anybody had more yards than Emmett in the game. All this and there. Went home for Thanksgiving and I did that thing, and then I went to the club. Lord have mercy. I went to school with you.
They knew you did. They remembered you.
Man, it was out of this world.
This is The Other Side. I'm Dwayne Caraway. Make sure you tune in, like, subscribe, and share. The Other Side with DC. In fact, like it 100 times, share it 200 times, and subscribe 1 or 2 or 3 times, all right? I'm Dwayne Caraway. We have a special round table today. Don't go nowhere. Don't mash that button. You stay right there. We got a hot, heavy round table discussion that you're going to enjoy. This is a straight-up barbershop. Jay, introduce our guests.
To my left, we got BC, Benny Cherry. Say something to the people, Benny Cherry.
What's going on, good people? Benny Cherry. Pleasure to meet y'all.
Okay, and to my right, we got Lincoln Coleman, the all-time running back great for the Dallas Cowboys.
Number 44.
All right. How y'all doing out there? We're going to get down tonight.
We're going to get all the way down in just a minute.
And all the way over here to my right, we got my big bro, Lincoln little bro, Anthony Coleman, all-star realtor, business entrepreneur, family man.
All right. Thank you, Anthony Coleman, real estate agent. I guess that's just about it, right?
Let's set the stage for him, Jay, so they know we're not going to be professional. We are professional, but we're not going to be professional with this. We ain't got our suits and ties on. We're going to do some talk.
Right.
Yeah, we thought it would be good to come together, talk sports, talk a little politics, a little community. We got an opportunity to bring Lincoln in, and I've always heard about what great stories he have about playing with the Cowboys, the 92 team, the championship teams, Michael Irvin, all those guys, and just basically having an open conversation about that and hearing some great stories.
How open are we going to be? We're going to let you say something in a minute, Lincoln. I don't want to set the stage. I want to know really behind the door of the Dallas Cowboys.
We can get behind the door.
We got to get behind the door. We're going to have to pick the feathers off the turkey.
Yeah.
And it's Thanksgiving time, but we need to know really around what's really going on with them Cowboys.
Yes, sir.
All right,
yes, sir.
You are a true Dallas Cowboy fan.
When I first signed with the Cowboys, I come out of training camp, and I get down to the last day of when they're gonna cut guys. And we had this guy called the Grim Reaper who would come in and say, "Hey, give me your playbook, and you got to go talk to coach." And so I'm ducking and dodging him, and it gets to the last day, and he finds me and goes, "Hey, Coleman, get your playbook. You need to go see Jimmy Johnson." I'm like, God dang it. I said, man, this is over with, man. My dream is all, it's done. I go into the coach's office with Jimmy, and he says, "Hey, we're going to have to cut you." And I go, ooh, I just started crying right there. And he said, "Wait a minute, whoa. We're cutting you today, but we got to bring you back in 24 hours so you can be on the practice squad."
Right.
And I'm like,
okay,
what is practice squad? I didn't know anything about practice squad. And he said, and tomorrow, when we bring you back, we're having a luncheon and we're going to introduce all the players on the team, but you're not going to be introduced. But you can show up if you want to. I showed up. I was the only practice squad guy. I showed up. I sat at my little table. I didn't have a placard with my name on it, nothing. I just sat there. I said, I'm going to do everything, that the Cowboys, they do. And so we had there were 6 practice squad guys. And that meant the practice squad guys were guys who worked out with the team Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
That was our work days. Now, yeah, we worked out, we had weights and all this other stuff during the week and all of that, but when we banged heads, it was it was Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And so home games, the practice squad guys would go and sit by, Michael Irvin or Emmitt Smith. And so when the camera showed up, they'd see, you know what I mean? They'd tell their mom and them, I really play for the Cowboys. But I didn't. I would go and, get my brothers or hang out in the hood with my people and we'd have a good time. And yeah, the women were all around and this, that, and the other thing because we were talking about women. But Thanksgiving Day in 1993, I got my opportunity to get on the field for the first time. I went home after that game. It was the first time anybody had more yards than Emmitt in the game. All this and there. Went home for Thanksgiving and I did that thing, and then I went to the club. Lord have mercy. I went to school with you.
They knew you did. They remembered you.
Man, it was out of this world. And you could do and back in the 90s, early 90s, you could do whatever you wanted to do.
What was it like with being coached with Coach Jimmy Johnson? You did not want him to have to say your name. Okay.
In practice, because that means he was going to get rid of you. You wanted to work hard for him because the only job that you had was to show up every day at practice and go to work. Do all the things that your position coach asked you to do, and you were going to be fine. My first experience with him scared the heck out of me because I was like, man, this is going to be a bunch of politics. And I didn't have, and that's all I ever heard about the NFL. You won't make it because there's, you got to deal with the politics of this, that, and other thing. Not with Jimmy Johnson. All you had to do was go to work. I said earlier, if he was the CEO of AT&T, I'd work for him.
If he were the coach of the Dallas Cowboys today, where do you think the Cowboys would be?
We would be the Patriots. You know what I mean? What was that, 7? 7 Super Bowls.
6, yeah.
That's us. That was us.
Yeah.
That was us. If Jerry and Jimmy, really it wasn't about Jimmy. Jimmy told we were having practice one day, and Jerry comes out and he's got all the suits.
Right.
All his people, and Jimmy and just so happened to glance over his shoulder and see him. He stops practice and goes over to Jerry, and we didn't hear anything that he said. All we seen him do was this. And Jerry and all the suits walked off the field. But we found out later, he told Jerry, I got the players. You go make your money back. And that was what he was serious about. And anytime we seen Jerry come out to the field, he had something to say to Jimmy, and then Jerry would leave. But Jimmy said, this is my field. These are my guys. I'll do with these guys what I want to do with them.
So you think Jimmy is not a yes man?
No, he's not a yes man.
And he controlled the team.
Yeah, he controlled the team.
And Jerry controlled the
money side of it.
The money side of the business.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what was the feeling like when Jerry would come down on the field during the game?
he didn't do that with us. That's what I'm saying. He didn't do that with Jimmy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He didn't come down there and start talking to players and doing all this stuff. Jimmy controlled all of that. When Barry Switzer showed up, see, I had the benefit of being part of Jimmy's crew and Barry Switzer's crew. But when Barry showed up, Jerry showed up all the time. You talked to him. I was with my little brother, not this one, my other little brother. He's 5 years younger than me. That was one of the reasons why we, probably didn't, and he was in college. We should take those.
So he didn't go. So he didn't get a chance to go to the Lido with you. No, he didn't get no popcorn. You didn't get the popcorn?
No, I ain't get no popcorn. With no Lido for me.
But we used to take a party up to North Texas.
Yeah.
We used to bring the Lido to North Texas.
Oh my goodness.
And it was old and popping, baby. Yes, sir.
But my brother, we had just beat the San Francisco 49ers in an NFC Championship game, and I'm with my little brother, and we're hanging out at this club, Club Iguana. Yeah. And I go,
That's right.
Whoa, wait a minute. How do you know that?
You'd be surprised what I know and where I've been. And I was hanging out at the Playboy Club.
Yeah, there you go.
See, Hollywood and I went to Langston together.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and Harvey Martin and I
Yeah.
went to junior high together, and he went to South Cliff. I went to Roosevelt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Harvey is my friend.
Okay,
And,
that's right.
And
Good
Thomas
man.
Hollywood Henderson is my friend.
Yeah.
Okay, and we
There
all
we go.
went to school together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but we were at Iguana Mirage.
Okay.
And I said, I said, bro, let's go up here and VIP real quick. And so we just get up there and chill out. So we're going up the steps, and Jerry comes right over and goes, "Who is that?" I said, "Oh, that's my little brother." That's all. He says, "No more dudes. Come on up here." And he says, "Look around here. Number women." And then his boys. I'm finna trip you out. And he got his boys up there, I don't want to say it, but white boy drunk, their hair be everywhere, and they, And so he goes, "I want you to introduce you to somebody." He introduced this guy here. It's like 4 or 5 guys. This dude here, and he goes, the last person, he goes, "This is the next governor of the state of Arkansas, Mike Huckabee."
I'll be damned.
At that time, Mike Huckabee wasn't Mike Huckabee.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's who I met him before he was Mike Huckabee.
You did something.
Yeah. And he was right there with Jerry Jones.
And they was both at the Iguana.
Iguana Mirage doing that thing.
Breaking news.
I mean, hey.
Jerry and Huckabee hanging out in Dallas
Yeah.
at the Iguana Mirage.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I see.
30
Yes,
years
sir.
ago.
But Jerry was and is an awesome guy. There was never anything, he never had malice for anybody. He was always, just
Straight business.
straight business.
I really
kept it busy.
admire Jerry for one thing, pretty much. I didn't really like it the way that they got rid of Tom Landry. Let me be clear with that. I didn't really like
Yeah,
it
there we go.
how they got rid of Jimmy Johnson. I want to be real clear with that. But I'm a Cowboy fan.
Yeah.
I mean, I've been with the Cowboys since they were at the Cotton Bowl.
Right.
In fact, we used to sneak in under the fence of the Cotton Bowl to see football games.
Yeah.
And when the Dallas Texans were still there, and which are now the Kansas City Chiefs,
Right.
and the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing Jim Brown. Big old guy.
Yeah.
He just run over everybody.
Right.
So I have a lot of memories with the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
And then the Dallas Cowboys, Lincoln, in the day, Bob Hayes and Pettis and Cornell Green and
Yeah.
all of the football players, they all lived in Oak Cliff.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right by Cedar Crest Golf Course, and
Too Tall,
Too
all
Tall, Harvey, everybody lived in Oak Cliff.
That's Too Tall is the only cowboy I've ever been upset with and wanted to fight.
Who wanted to fight Big Old Too Tall? You?
Me, I wanted to fight him. I used to hang out with him back in the day.
Yeah.
And then one time I'm with my little brother.
Y'all went over at the Flying Fox on.
No.
Y'all know about the Flying Fox?
No, I don't even know what you're talking about.
You probably don't want to know what I'm talking about.
We had a restaurant opening, and I got my little brother with me. You know,
Okay.
we're doing all the little flash and all of that, and they go, "Hey, Too Tall is upstairs. Why don't you go say hi?" I said, "Oh man," I said, "Hey, I want to introduce you to Too Tall." We go up there. He's talking to somebody, and I'm waiting. And I go, "Hey, how you doing, Too Tall? You remember me? You know, Lincoln Coleman. I got my Super Bowl ring on. This, that, another thing." And he just looked at me. I said, "Wait a minute. He dissing me in front of my little brother." I was hot.
You ready to fight?
I wanted him, man. I was just like, I said, "How you gonna diss me in front of my little brother like that?"
Yeah,
You know, but
Too
I was
Tall.
mad. Yeah, Too Tall. He was. I guess they said he was drunk or
He
whatever.
probably was. Too Tall's a good guy.
He's a really good guy.
No, he's an excellent guy.
I told him, man. I think it was like 3 months later. I see him at this other, autograph session or something that we had, and I was like, "Man, you know, I wanted to get with you, Too Tall, buying some stuff. Maybe I couldn't handle you, but I was upset that you dissed me in front of my little brother." He said, "Man, I was drunk."
He did tell you.
He told me.
Too Tall's a pretty cool guy.
Yeah, he's a really good
I
guy.
thought maybe, because I'm about trying to make me some money.
Yeah.
So I think about just trying to call Too Tall right quick. See if we can get y'all in the ring together.
Listen, you can put your phone down.
Okay, all right.
Okay, I will
sound like a
not
good-
want to
good match
deal
for
with
me.
Too Tall anytime
No,
soon.
Too Tall. Well, what other things about the Cowboys that?
You know, people ask me all the time, why are we 30 years away from any type of successful type season? You know, I'm almost on Stephen A. Smith's bandwagon with this, with the fans, because we accept a 12-4 season, 13-3 season. Now it's 17 games, 14-3 season, and think that, that's the end all be all. But what I learned when I played with the Cowboys, Drew Pearson had a club. I don't know if you remember Drew's 88.
I remember everything.
Ooh,
I told you I go all the way back to the Playboy Club.
That place was ugly, man. If you go in, you just walk right out the back door. Hey, come on, you going? Okay, well let's go out the back door. But he had a VIP in there, and we didn't have women in VIP. Mm-hmm. We sat back there, Michael Irvin, Troy Aikman, Emmitt Smith. We sat back there with Too Tall. We sat back there with Dorsett. We sat back there with Drew, and they told us and taught us how to be a Cowboy. Mm-hmm. And after games, because the club was Thursday through whatever. Yeah. We were going there just to get a pat on the head. I said, man, that was a hell of a game against Philadelphia. Y'all. And you see, I had a puppy. You pat a puppy on the head, pee on the ground. That's what we were doing. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was like, I'm going, Michael Irvin in here losing his mind because Drew Pearson told him he liked that 9 route he ran. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Especially wearing his number.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But that's what it was. We revered and loved and was in awe of Drew and all of those guys. We had so much respect for them. So when they told us that we were good and that we were doing well,
right,
it meant the world.
Yeah.
These guys nowadays, it doesn't matter to them. The check, those zeros, how many zeros do I have on the end of my check? That's what matters to them. We competed every day in practice against each other, so that when Sunday rolled around, it was for sure. We putting on we make sure our little wristbands is right. TV camera, you gonna catch me, with my helmet like this right here, or, you know what I mean? That was a show, game day, because we did the work during the week. Now I thought, you remember when Diggs called, excuse my language, called Dak a bitch ass nigga, all that. I said, they're about to get busy now. They getting tough, but nobody ever would cuss out Aikman because Aikman didn't carry himself to be, like that. So I thought they were like, man, they're getting each other pumped up. They're fighting each other. This is a good thing. It's the same old thing.
So, speaking on that, you could tell even with Dion and the Colorado Buffaloes, he trying to instill that same kind of, you practice how you gonna play, that competitiveness.
Yeah.
Speak a little bit on that. What you see, I've seen Michael Irvin go up there and make speeches, Emmitt Smith, all the greats. What do you think about what Dion is doing up in Colorado?
I was with Emmitt a month ago. We had, was it a month?
Yes, about a month ago. Yeah.
And part of the stuff that he talked about was just the fact that, I asked him, I said, man, do these running backs come talk to you? Do you need players come? He said, no, man. He said, partly, I just don't feel like they want to hear from me. If I show up, yeah, they'll listen, as Cowboy players or whatever. But they didn't search. We searched. We show up at Drew's house and knock on his door. Drew, I was a practice squad guy, and I met Drew and at his club. He said, man, I want you to come to my office tomorrow. I'm like, wait a minute, man, I'm just practice squad, baby. What's going on? He brought me to his office, showed me all the stuff that he's done. He talked to me about, how he became a Cowboy and how his love for the Cowboys would never end. And I was a practice squad guy. I was nobody. I wasn't even a Cowboy, But he brought me in and showed me what it was, how do you carry yourself to be a Dallas Cowboy. These guys, they're not looking for that. They don't care about that. The zeros are the only thing that matter.
Well, compare the zeros today versus the zeros back in the day.
Ooh. I'll give you a quick example.
Give me one.
1993, 53-player roster. The what is that?
Salary cap?
Salary cap was $36 million. So 53 players got to split $36 million.
Okay.
Today is 192.
That's amazing, man.
Yeah.
Emmitt was $4 million, $5 million a year. I made $175 grand a year. People are always like, man, you made millions, man. I didn't combined. I didn't make $1 million. What are you talking about? Man, you scraping up, man. I had to give me a second job.
You can't get a second job just to be a Cowboy.
Yeah, just be a Cowboy. What are you talking about, man?
Well, what is that? What is that in the dollars have played a part in the talent today? I think it's out of control, really.
It's out of control, but you got to have a fantastic coach that has his goal is to get players to go one way, and you got to have a great system that you're in, and the ownership has to be on board too. Jerry is a grandfather now, and that's how he talks to his players. That's how he treats his players. He's grandfather, and his kids can't do no wrong, So it's you got the ownership, the coaching staff. Everybody has to have one goal. And Kansas City, good Lord,
Yeah.
I think they're the next Patriots because they know even losing what's his name, Tariq.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went got some lesser known receivers and put them to work. And I think Kansas City is the next crew on the AFC side, but Philadelphia.
Oh boy, A.J. Brown.
I hate to say it.
A.J. Brown.
Yeah, well, the Eagles, anytime they need to upgrade in a position, they go and actually get an upgrade.
Yeah,
they go and get somebody.
defense.
We went and found somebody, and I'm nothing against Martavius Bryant, but he 5 years, on the streets.
2018.
Well, what are we doing? And I dig it. He's 6'4" and 210 and all of this. We need some people that's down in.
2018. Still. Last time
What
we
are
played.
we doing?
5 years.
Yeah. Great story.
I don't give a damn.
You don't give a damn.
We
Great
done
story.
had enough great stories.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jerry had all the great stories in the 90s.
Exactly.
In 2000, and all the players he gave a chance.
Exactly.
If he never got rid of
Exactly.
Jimmy Johnson, we'd still been
Oh,
going on.
man.
We would have been the Patriots of the NFL.
So Jerry Johnson, Jimmy Johnson, I mean, he's a disciplinary.
Yeah.
You couldn't go and go hang out and do things. And,
No, you could.
Oh,
But if the hanging out messed up what was happening on the field, you got cut.
Yeah,
Here's how
that's
he
my point, yeah.
Here's how he controlled the animals in the locker room. Is what he would say. Every Tuesday was our day off.
right.
Every Tuesday he cut somebody.
Oh, yeah.
The first week of the NFL, we played Buffalo. And I don't even, I tell everybody this all the time, I don't know why I showed up in the locker room at 6:15 in the morning. I just stumbled in because I was still drunk off the street.
Oh, my goodness.
And I look over to my left, and the equipment manager is taking somebody's locker and taking all their stuff, putting it in big trash bags, and sliding out their nameplate. I said, say, man, you only played one game. What's going on? You know what I mean? He said, listen, man, you're going to find out that Jimmy's going to cut somebody every week. And every week consistently, he cut somebody every Tuesday on your day off.
Wow.
Yeah. I was, it was second to the last game of the year, we were playing the Jets. And I go in, I think we received a punt and caught it on the 5. We were going out, and I'm going back in to play, and we were playing against Ronnie Lott. It was his last year.
Okay.
And I hit the hole, tried to give him a little something. He strips me. And the defensive lineman for the Jets picks it up, and he runs up to me and says, I just got you cut, homeboy.
That was a lot.
No, yeah, you know what I mean? And so he's like, I just got you cut. And so I'm trying to hide behind Nate coming off the field because I can hear Jimmy, Coleman, screaming my name. Coleman, come here. And he grabs me by the face, man. My mama to this day, she wanted to jump through the channel. I'm going to put you back in there. I'm giving you the ball every play. And if you fumble again, I'm going to cut your ass. You hear me? I will cut your ass. And so my eyes are, big as saucers. And I'm sitting there on the sidelines, and I'm waiting to go in. And he put me back in. He played me for the rest of the game. And I go into the locker room and sit down at my locker, and I go, the theme of this is I did a lot of crying. Hey man, I'm just like, I'm teared up. I am hurting because I know the year before, Swerving, Curvin Richards got cut and didn't get a Super Bowl ring or nothing. At the end of the year, he fumbled the ball twice in a game, and he didn't get a Super Bowl ring. So I'm like, oh man, my dreams are over with. And Aikman's like, man, don't worry about this. And Emmett and all these people. Michael Irvin said, man, chill out. All right, everything's cool. I get in the locker room 6 in the morning. Mike comes over and sits down. He says, hey, Link, Jimmy called me, man, 4 in the morning. He said, he got to cut you. He said, I told him, Emmett's hurt. We did this thing last year. It didn't work out well. So we need to keep Link. He's a good guy. He said, I saved your job. I was like, thank you. He said, I'm trying to get in there before everybody. He said, you slide my nameplate out, you ain't gonna see me. I'll wait till you go to the field and then I'll go and get my stuff.
Special edition custom cars. Highway 67 at Camp Wisdom. This is where you find your rims, your tires. This is where you get your wraps. Because only at Special Edition, after you get a wrap, your car is wrapped. If you had a wreck, you can bring your insurance, get your car fixed. This is where you look good. Special edition, good business brings more business. Special edition, one of our co-hosts of this podcast, The Other Side with DC. And never forget, special edition is where you look good. When you drive off, you're driving in style. When you're at special edition, you are treated in a very special way. Special edition custom cars, Highway 67 at Camp Wisdom.
You've been listening to The Other Side with Dwayne Caraway. Thank you for joining us. Tune in next time for more great guests, insightful conversation, a little bit of humor, and a whole lot of truth on The Other Side with Dwayne Caraway.